You don't know what a kit is, but you want to know what a kit is. Gunplapedia.
Gundam Calibarn is a prototype experimental Gund format mobile suit from Mobile Suit Gundam Witch from Mercury. So way back in the early days of Adstella 101, when Gund format was being introduced into mobile suits as originally an innocent idea for prosthetic body communication between cripples, amputees, people with issues, but eventually turned into weapons technology. The Calibarn was a competing design to the Lifrith. The Lifrith eventually did end up winning, which is the mobile suit we see in Witch from Mercury Prologue, and ended up being mass-produced and sold off to various military functions by Ox Earth, who was funding the Vanadis Corporation, who was trying to develop these Gund technologies. Gund is supposed to use Permit, a magical space mineral that effortlessly and wirelessly communicates information between itself to give people control over equipment with their mind. It's essentially what that boils down to. People can have prosthetic limbs that they can just control naturally as if it was their own, with Gund inside of it. Mobile Suit was that same concept, but bigger. And then someone, of course, thought, let's slap a gun on it, and it went from there. So, when the Calibarn lost the bid to be the main production mobile suit for that effort, it got closeted, it got mothballed. Shoved away somewhere. When Vanadis was raided and Ox Earth was shut down, the Space Assembly League grabbed it, shoved it deep in some kind of storage unit. Fast forward to Adstella 122. Soletta Mercury's having a bad time. Bad things are happening. Slight spoilers for the end of the show. Her mom's kind of a dick. When Ariel and her mother has more or less abandoned her and flown off to Quiet Zero to institute their crazy master plan, Soletta needs something she can use to get to them and get through to them. Calibarn is offered to her. It is dug out of storage and given to her. The main big difference between Calibarn and other Gundams in that universe is that it did not go through a very rigorous safety process. Calibarn has a lot less limits on how high your permit control score can go before it starts trying to actively kill you. And unlike something like the Lifrith prototypes that could get to, 3 fairly safely while causing problems, Calibarn just lets you crank up to 5 without even blinking, which actively starts shutting down your body from the strain of information trying to enter you. You're trying to fit a sedan into a fire hose. Fire hose in this case being your brainstem. The Calibarn has a very distinctive design. The plain colors belay the hidden permit lines permeating through its entire body. The broom-like beam rifle gives it that witch aesthetic, and it uses not only a rifle but as a booster to zoom around with, which the game unfortunately does not let us do. It also has the ability to take control of other gun bits, like it did with the Ariel, which now you see the gun bits attached to the body after using that awakening skill. I can launch them off. Whee! And they're still, for some reason, on my body. That's weird. To go off and strike. Tiny little beam funnels, controlled by the gun. I think personally, while it's a really, really cool, sleek design, that broom does all the heavy lifting. If not for that broom beam rifle, Calibarn would be bland and forgettable, but the image of it holding onto it and riding through space, dodging fire, breaking through the blockade, is one I'm just never going to forget. Calibarn's cool. Maybe not Darabol cool, but it's cool.